StraightallDay.com.
Value of mindset. While I'm a person who talks about mindset all the time, is the foundation. If you didn't know, mindset is the foundation of everything that I do, everything that I've done personally for myself, whether we're talking from the sports world to the business world, anything you may hear about or know of, and everything that I do when I'm working with other people these days, such as coaching, speaking, even things that I write about in my books, regardless of what the subject of the book is. I can write a book about writing books. The foundation is going to be mindset. I can write a book about playing basketball. The foundation will be mindset. I write a book about business. The foundation will be mindset. Mindset is the foundation of making things happen, and is also the foundation of things not happening and having things happen to you, rather, which is not what you want. And I'm making this video because I think many people understand, or at least on a surface level, an unconscious level, understand the value of mindset. Like, yeah, I need mindset. So people will, they hear somebody like myself talking about mindset, maybe some of you who are watching this video right now, you'll hear this and you'll say, yeah, you know what, I do need to get my mindset right, or I want to be more confident, or I got to be more mentally tough when dealing with challenges, or I want to be more disciplined. I have people tell me these things all the time, or I got these things that I want to do, but I haven't started them. I need to actually get to work and actually, do the damn things that I've been telling myself that I'm going to do all this time. People tell me this kind of stuff always. So everyone understands mindset. If it's brought to their consciousness, they say, yes, mindset is important. Yeah, I got to do this, that, a third, whatever mindset thing that they need. And when they come across someone who's talking about mindset, they'll hear it and generally agree with the message. I think most of you generally agree with the message. The challenge is that many of you do not consciously keep reminding yourselves and intentionally keep reminding yourselves of the value of mindset. And more importantly than that, many of you do not have a process for ingraining a certain type of mindset into your psyche such that it becomes a normal, everyday, what we call modus operandi, which is just your normal way of operation. Your normal thing, your normal baseline level of behavior needs to be of a certain type of mindset. This is the reason why in my last video, at least the last video of this kind, I talked about how a salesperson turns a browser into a buyer, turns just looking into an actual purchase. The point of that video was, and I said this in the video, is that this starts as a mentality and it becomes an action. And let me say that one more time, because this applies to everything. I was talking about it from the frame of selling in the last video, but you don't have to be selling for this to apply. Anything you're going to do in life, you can write this down, burn it onto your brain. It starts as a mindset and it becomes a behavior. It is not you do the behavior and then you develop the mindset. It's not you do the behavior and develop the mindset at the same time. No, a lot of people think that's what it is, or they think it's the other one. You do the action, then you get the mindset. No, fuck that, doesn't work. Everybody's tried it and they failed. So you want to try and fail, go ahead. But if you want to save yourself some time, listen to what I'm telling you. It starts as a way of thinking. You had to adopt a certain mindset first. You had to accept a certain set of truths, let's just say, mentally, and hopefully go further, emotionally accept a certain set of truths, realities, facts, whatever words you want to use, doesn't matter in this context. And from there, then you are empowered to change your behaviors. And change your behaviors in a permanent way such that you get the outcomes that you want. Now, any of you could change your behaviors in the short term. If you're walking across the street and I'm at a traffic light right now, you're walking across the street and you see there's only 5 seconds left on the little walking sign and it's about to turn, do not walk, and the green light's going to go off and the cars are going to be stopped because you're still on the road. You can walk a little bit faster to get across the street. Any of you can temporarily change your behaviors. But I'm talking about how can you move yourself to move at that pace all the time. To do that requires a change in mentality, and again, hopefully a change in your emotional acceptance and understanding of how fast you walk. I'm just using this as an example so everyone understands it. And that's when the actions, the overall actions, i.e. getting more things done, getting the things faster, completing tasks sooner, that's when all those things are now in the realm of possibility to be changed when the mindset changes. But you can't change it by just a temporary change because you thought about it for a few seconds or because somebody brought it to your attention right now, here, today, such as the light turned red and you're still in the middle of the street. This is the value of mindset. What does mindset mean? Well, break the word down. It's 2 words. Mindset. In other words, it's not what you're thinking right now or what I can make you think about for 5 minutes because you're watching my video for 5 minutes. See, anyone can think about something while it's being put in front of your fucking face. Is what do you think about even when you're not consciously thinking about it? That's your mindset. Your mindset is what you're thinking about even when you're not making yourself think about it. That's mindset. So with that said, here's the harsh reality for a bunch of you is that a bunch of you have no control over your mindset whatsoever. Now, you can control your mindset. Again, I just told you how. Turn on a motivational YouTube video. Some of you may consider this motivational. Some of you might consider it negative. Some of you may say, well, this is like a slap in the face. Whatever you want to call it. But you go find something you consider motivational. Maybe it's me, maybe it's somebody else. During the moment that you're listening to that, you are motivated. Problem is, what do you do when you turn it off? What do you do when the video ends? What do you do the rest of the day, the other 23 hours and 45 minutes of the day when you're not watching a motivational YouTube video or listening to some podcast episode? What are you doing then? How is your mind operating then when you are not consciously telling it what to think, or you're not feeding it something into your earbuds telling you what to think or dominating your thought process? How's your mind working then? That's your real mindset. How's your mind working when you're sleeping? That's your real mindset. And that's all part of your subconscious programming. Good news about mindset is that it's called mindset. That second word, set, means you can choose the set of your mind. You can choose how your mind is set. The way you choose how your mind is set is by doing things consciously, intentionally, and consistently to get your mind into a certain frame and to keep it there. This is the reason why when you join my program called Work on Your Game University, the very first thing we have you go through is what we call the Bulletproof Mindset Program. What is the Bulletproof Mindset Program? It is about setting your mind into a bulletproof frame to where no negativity or things that will be working against you in any way can slow you down, get in your way, and keep you from doing what you want to do, being who you want to be, and achieving the outcomes that you want to achieve. That's what mindset is about. That's how you set your mind. The problem that a lot of you have is that your mind is not set at all. Your mind is on random because you don't have any program or any process to get it where it needs to be. Good news is, I'm telling you the bad news and the good news at the same time. Good news is you can change it. But it does not change by itself. Actually, that's wrong. That's incorrect. It does change by itself. It changes by itself all the time because a lot of people's mindsets are on default. You're just randomly letting whatever happens in the world, whoever you deal with, whoever you talk to, whatever you watch, listen to, read, engage with, whatever thoughts you decide to dance with, you allow them to seep into your subconscious and they start to set your mind. So if you listen to a certain type of music all the time, that sets your mind. You read certain things all the time, that sets your mind. You hang around a certain type of person all the time, those are setting your mind and you're not even aware that they're setting your mind. This is the law of association. You become the average of the people you spend the most time with. You become the average of the anything you spend the most time with. Law of association is talking about people, but it applies to everything else. You become the average of the energies you spend time around. You become the average of the food that you eat. You become the average of the thoughts that you engage with. You become the average of anything that you are consistently engaging with. It doesn't have to be 5 or 2 or 20. It can be 300. It doesn't matter. Whatever you are consistently engaging with, that is setting your mind. Forget about the law. The law of association is about you're becoming that type of person, which is part of mindset, but let's just call it mindset. Your mindset is an amalgamation of all the things that you are consistently taking in, whether you're doing it on purpose or not. So this is a very important aspect. Because if you're taking in things and you're not even doing it on purpose, it's still setting your mind even if you don't want it to. If you're listening to negative things or you're around people who you consider to be negative and they're telling you stuff that's not really productive or helpful for you, but you're hanging around them all the time and they're talking to you all the time, they are affecting your mind in some way unless you have some type of mechanism installed in your mind to where you can repel the negativity coming from somebody else. So if I get on the internet or I go into the comments on YouTube and somebody's talking shit in my comments saying, Dre, you ain't shit, you're terrible, you're a bum, etc., etc. Because my mind is set in a certain way, that stuff can completely bounce off me. It doesn't affect me. But if your mind is not set in the right way and you go take in something like that or someone talking just like that to you, it could affect you in a negative way because you haven't done the homework up front to prepare your mind to repel any negativity or anything that you simply don't want to hear. It doesn't have to be negativity for you to repel it. It could be anything you don't want to hear, you can repel it. But your mind has to be set for this. Again, this is not some random, it is, I mean, I keep saying that, but I'm wrong. It can be some random shit if you're not doing it on purpose. What I suggest and what the Bulletproof Mindset Program is all about is doing it on purpose, doing it consciously and intentionally so that your mind is set the way that you want it to be, for the thoughts that you want to engage with, for the outcomes that you want to have, for being the person who you want to be, to live the life that you want to live. And you can set all this up on purpose. In other words, you can design your mind however you want it to be. But you have to do the work. That's the what's the word? That's the fine print. All right, and I'm making it big print. The fine print is you have to actually do the work for this. And here's more big print. If you don't do the work to consciously and intentionally set your mind, here's the funny part. It's not that your mind won't be set. Your mind will be set. It will just be set by the random shit that you are taking in. Now look around in life. Is most of the stuff that you engage with, most of the people you see, most of the things you hear, are they positive or negative? Are they uplifting or are they destructive? Are they building or destroying? Are they making you better or making you worse? If you just randomly looked at all the random stuff you engage with in life or that engages with you, is it uplifting or is it destructive? Is it building or is it making you better or making you worse? I would guess for most of you the answer is making you worse, because the law of entropy states that things get worse if they're left to their own devices. I'm paraphrasing that in the regular everyday language, but that's what the law of entropy states. Which means if you do nothing on purpose to your mind, usually you're going to get worse. All right, negative stuff and bad outcomes happen with no effort. You do nothing to try to change your situation, your situation will get worse without you trying. For your situation to get better, you had to do something on purpose to make it better. You understand what I'm saying? And mindset is the foundation of that, because the way we think leads to the things that we say and do, and what we say and do leads to our outcomes. I think everyone agrees with that. We think a certain way, then we do stuff, then we get a result, and those results become what we call our lives. You want to change this, it starts with changing your mindset. And it first starts, even before changing your mindset, accepting that your mindset needs to change. Because some of you might say, well, I'm good on mindset. I have people say this to me all the time, well, I'm good on mindset, I don't need any help with mindset. Okay. But at the same time, they're doing a whole bunch of stuff that they shouldn't be doing, or not doing a bunch of things that they claim that they should be doing. But then when you ask them about mindset, they say, well, I'm good on mindset. I just need someone to tell me what to do. Problem is, you already know what to do. Your mind is not set for you to actually fucking do it. That's why you ain't doing it. That's your problem. All right, the mind is the problem, but you think the problem is the actions. The problem is never the actions, ladies and gentlemen. The problem is always the mentality. Change the mentality, the actions change automatically. Change the mentality, the actions change automatically. The problem is many of you are too smart for your own good, and you tend to think, well, it has to be the actions because I already got the mindset. No, you don't have the mindset. That's the reason why you're not doing the actions. None of you is too dumb to do the actions or understand the actions. You just ain't doing them because your mind is not prepared for you to do it. Your mind is not in the state, in the space for you to do the things. That's why you're not doing it. As you can see, I can talk about this a lot. That's the reason why I made a whole program called Bulletproof Mindset, literally to help you with this exact thing that I'm saying. Go to workonyourgameuniversity.com and let's stop playing. Work on your game.